Hello and welcome to the Get Creative podcast, the podcast for creatives by creatives. I'm Evan Schmidt, and my guest today is Susan Bennett. She's a singer, voice actor, and she's the original voice of Siri. So what are we waiting for? Let's go for it.
All right, so Susan, what's the most important lesson you've learned?
Well, I don't know if I can say that there's just one lesson, but for me probably the biggest thing is acceptance. And that certainly was a part of the becoming accidentally famous with being the voice of, unknowingly being the voice of Siri, the original Siri. I think that, it's very valuable to learn at any stage of your life that, yes, would things be better possibly done another way, or should they be done another way? Maybe, in your own mind especially. But if you can possibly grasp the fact that that isn't the way things are, they are maybe the opposite of that. And if you can accept the way things are, I think you're going to be a lot happier and figure out a way to make that reality work for yourself is really the key to not only finding success, but also to finding some sort of contentment in your own life. And certainly that was the case with Siri. And I've spoken to a lot of other original series as well, and we all had similar experiences in that we had done all these recordings for a text-to-speech company, and then 6 years later, boom, we were the voices of the iPhone. And so it was kind of a shocking thing. It took a minute to adjust to it, and acceptance was a huge part of that.
Well, very well put. So what are you working on right now, and where can people find you if they want to get a hold of you?
Well, you can always find me on my website. There's a way to contact me via email there, and it's Susan C, as in cat, Bennett.com, Bennett. And you can also find me on Twitter at Seriously Susan, that's Siri. And also, I think that's the same Instagram. You can also find my Facebook page at Susan Bennett-Voice of Siri.
All right. Well, Susan Bennett, thank you so much for your time today.
That's it?
That's it.
Well, that's the world's shortest interview. Thank you, Evan. I enjoyed it.
That's it for another episode of Get Creative. You can find more information about my guest in the show notes. Subscribe to this podcast on iTunes and Stitcher so that new episodes magically appear. And tell a friend about this show. For more information about me, just go to evanschmidt.com. Thank you for listening. Now go get creative.